My name is Jonathan Silver, and I'm the Associate Artistic Director at Arden Theatre Company, and I am thrilled you are joining us for a new online series we are calling UpClose. On today's episode, we're going to take a look back at Arden's 2012 production of Next to Normal, and we're going to discuss the collaborative spirit of making a piece of theater with one of the designers as well as two of the performers from the show. So we're joined today by Jorg Cousineau, who was the set and video designer as well as the co-conceiver of the production, and we also have Chrissy Fralick, who played Diana, and Robbie Hager, who played Gabe. When I got here, it's not so clear that I'm a simple spirit for my flesh and blood. Okay, I'm ready if you all are.
Yeah.
Ready. My first memory of being in a show at the Arden was a long time ago.
My first memory at the Arden was first rehearsal of Next to Normal back in 2012.
Back during Godspell, when they were performing at the MTI Theater on the University of Pennsylvania campus. I was an understudy in that production.
I remembered walking into that rehearsal room and I was so nervous. This was my first time in Philadelphia doing any sort of regional production or any theater production outside of New York. And I remember just walking in and seeing the cast, seeing the team, the space we were in, the tables were set up, and I was like, they all look really friendly. This is going to be a good production. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to have a blast doing this. And I did. It was incredible. 'Cause it doesn't kill me, so fill me up for just another day. I loved it so much that I remember saying, I think I want to live here. I think I want to try living here and doing theater here. And what is it, 7 years later, I moved to Philadelphia. So now I live here.
How are the three of you doing in times of COVID-19?
As good as we can be.
Mm-hmm. Hanging in there.
My psychopharmacologist and I, it's like an odd romance.
Name all of the shows I have worked on at the Arden before 30 seconds is up.
First one is Next to Normal. Then it was Parade.
Okay, Godspell. Then would be Jacques Brel at the Arden, and then we moved over to People's Light, so both of those were with the Arden.
Sideways Stories of Wayside School, then Fun Home.
Yeah, I can't say them all here in this short time frame, so I'm just going to highlight a couple. Baby Case, Pacific Overtures, Sideways Stories from Wayside School, A Year with Frog and Toad, The Syringa Tree, Sweeney Todd, Opus, The Stinky Cheeseman, Carolina Change, Assassins, Candide, James and the Giant Peach, The History Boys, Sunday in the Park with George, Next to Normal, Parade, Three Sisters, Passion, Equivocation, The Secret Garden, The Legend of Georgia McBride, Gypsy, Cabaret, A Doll's House, Part 1 and Part 2, and Fun Home.
Sunday in the Park with George. Then would be Next to Normal.
Treasure Island, and Ragtime.
Am I missing a show? Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd. Hello, Sweeney Todd. And I think that's it. Did I do? Oh.
Nothing's real. Nothing's real. And I miss the mountain. I miss the lonely climb, wandering through the wilderness and spending all my time where the air is clear and cuts you like a knife. I miss the mountain.
Well, since we're here, we wanted to take a look at a portion from the Arden's 2012 production of Next to Normal. And we're going to get a chance to see some of the footage and perhaps have you provide a little insight into the collaborative nature of creating that specific production 7 years ago.
Your sparkling eyes of blue.
Wild.
Dang, 7 years ago.
7 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels a lot shorter than that. I think because Part of that, what you talk about, is we do still have such a connection. Our group, creative group, everybody, Nikki, York,
You whispered slyly, softly.
from the cast to crew to everybody, I still have such a warm place in my heart. So I love talking about Next to Normal at the Arden. I do.
We spun around 1,000 stars. I dreamed a dance with you.
Next question is, what makes rehearsing a show at the Arden so unique? Working with Terry is unique. I love it. Their attention to the actors and what the actors need. And for instance, when I was doing Next to Normal, every day before rehearsal, Terry had Nikki warm us up. Like, not vocally, it was a warm up mentally, physically, emotionally. That doesn't happen. That was taken away from Terry's rehearsal time. And that was so important to him and to Nikki. And it was done every single day.
Can you hear me, Diana?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robbie, do you remember those days? How it was just, some days we would cry, some days we would laugh, some days people would sing.
Yeah. It was amazing
awesome.
to connect, because I only connected with you, Chrissy, in terms of the play. That was it. Like, I was with everybody else, but it was helpful for me to be in the same room, breathe the same air with everybody else, to be like, that's right, we're a company, we're an ensemble.
Touch me before
Anxiety, depression, anxiety.
Yeah, it kind of helped me not feel isolated during the show.
Catch me, I'm falling. Catch me, I'm falling.
Oh my God.
Nikki, have you ever done that for any other production of any other show, actually? Have you done that before?
No, I mean, yeah, it was really only Next to Normal.
Yeah, who does that? I mean, who takes time out of their schedule, of their rehearsal schedule that is so, oh my goodness, it's precious time to say, no, this is important for these actors with this material, with the context that we're talking about. That was that important for Terry and us as a whole, that we had that every day, like every single day.
There's a world I know, a place we can go.
Beautiful. That split screen, Robbie, and the lights, and Diana.
There's a world where the sun.
She's just dark, and he's just offering her, come on, look what I got. Oh my God, it was so brilliant the way you guys did that. That visual of that was just beautiful. And when you're in it, you can't see that,
Not at all. Like, I only saw you. I only saw the light that was on you from the sides.
Yeah.
Never saw the floating dots.
Oh, you were just so enticing. Like, of course I was going to go with you. Of course Diana leaves with you. Who wouldn't leave with you, Robbie?
Oh my God. That was a great team.
Oh my gosh.
That was an incredible team.
Can you talk a little more about that, about the team and what it meant to collaborate on a project like this, or even to co-conceive this show with the director, Terry Nolan?
I don't think I've ever worked with any other director the way I work with Terry. I think this is probably the show that I'm proudest of, that I co-conceived with Terry, because he's so he's relentless in the best possible way. He will not let go of an idea.
Use may be fatal.
Until he sort of feels like it's the best we can achieve together. I'm getting emotional.
I know, you're getting me all choked up.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
The sensitivity that went around doing that production because of the material of, the context of the show and what it talks about and discusses. Everybody was so compassionate and caring and kind and sincere. Yeah, we were very, very close, very close. Do you have a dream role you want to perform on an Arden stage? Yes, I do. I was in Sweeney Todd, the first production over at St. Stephen's Alley. I'm going to do Mrs. Lovett with Terry. He's done the show twice, though, already. I don't know if the Arden would do it again. Who knows? Yeah, it's a great show. I would like to do that. That's my dream role. Terry.
I think one of my favorite costumes was the Bobby Jeremy costume in Fun Home.
Happy life seemed far away and everything was made up.
I used it during the song Raincoat of Love, and it's when small Allison gets lost in the TV show world while her parents are arguing, and Rosemary made this awesome costume. It was all white and it had these bell bottoms, very 70s bell bottoms, and I loved singing and dancing in that. It was only like maybe a minute and a half, this whole song, but I loved wearing that costume. That was awesome.
I would have to say the one from Sunday in the Park with George, my very first costume, was beautiful and stunning. I felt like $1 million in it.
Is there one thing each of you took away from working on Next to Normal that you still hold with you today?
It's gonna sound so cliche, but that show did change me. That show like made me grow up big time. The theme of the show was just the awareness of mental health. Really opened up a lot for me in understanding how to behave with people, how to behave myself, how to respect other people's way of life, and how, I guess, listening more too to other people without making assumptions. I think that's something that has been growing and growing and growing as I get older, since Next to Normal.
When sanctions are lifted and it's safe to congregate again, what is the first thing you will do? Oh, hug my mother. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Hug my mom. Hug my mom, my dad, my siblings, my baby nephew who keeps growing so fast. I think I need to do that first.
I haven't been able to hug my mother in probably 8 weeks now.
After I do that, I think it might be hard. I think also it might be hard to build up in a way the courage to be in a space with a lot of people, but I have to see theater.
So I can't wait to get back to the theater once this is all over and past. I hope everybody is happy, staying healthy, and washing their hands. Be well. This was awesome. This was creative. Johnny, thank you so much.
I'm glad we could do
creative.
this. Yeah, this is sort of the...
It's a great idea too.
Yeah.
Knowing that the darkest skies will someday see the sun.
Thank you so much, Chrissy Freilich, Robbie Hager, and Yor Cousineau for joining me today. Make sure to check out future episodes of Up Close, which we will be releasing over the next several weeks. And, you know, even though we are separated right now, our goal is to remain connected. So please let us know what you think of the Up Close series and Arden for All online by commenting on any of Arden's social media. Thanks so much. I'm Jonathan Silver.
There will be love.